Howdy! Welcome to Aspire Mountain Academy. I am Professor Curtis, your instructor for this course in Introductory Statistics. In less than 10 minutes, this video introduces the concept of point estimates and identifies the best point estimate for population proportions. Let's get started. So a point estimate is simply a single value or a single point. You could say it's a point in a data set used to estimate a population parameter. When it comes to proportions, the sample proportion is the best point estimate of the population proportion. If you think about what we've learned in previous mini lectures, this should make some sense. Remember that proportions are unbiased estimators, so the sample proportion is likely to target the population proportion, and it's for that reason that the sample proportion is the best point estimate for the population proportion. An example of this would be the Pew Research Center conducting a survey of 1,007 adults, finding that 85% of them know what Twitter is. So here in this example, the best point estimate of the population proportion is the sample proportion. Our sample proportion is 85%. And so that means that the population proportion will also likely be 85%. But we don't know completely for sure. It's not 100%. So where we go from here is using the sample proportion to construct a confidence interval to estimate the true value of the population proportion. It's probably centered around 0.85, but for the example that was just given, but it could be maybe 0.84 or 0.86. So how far out from that point estimate do we go? And that range of values becomes a confidence interval in which we estimate the true value of the population proportion. In other words, we're going to say that we have a certain level of confidence that the true value is within such and such range. Knowing how to interpret these confidence intervals will become another tool in our statistical toolbox. And we're also going to look in future mini lectures on the question of sample size. So how many members of our sample do we need? How big of a sample do we need in order to provide an estimate of the population proportion with a given level of confidence? That's coming up in future mini lectures as well. And that brings us to the end of this mini lecture. I hope you found it helpful. You can find more mini lectures for this and other courses at AspireMountainAcademy.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.